Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. So, John Rich is back in the Bud Light news, and this time it's in response to Garth Brooks, who has weighed in on the subject. And let's just check it out here, real quick.
Well, Garth Brooks has always been the guy that said everybody come to my show. It's something that we love about Garth. He makes his music for everybody, and that really is what music's about. You're making your music for everybody. Beers for everybody too. I don't know if Garth is serving Bud Light in his bar, that's fine. Garth can do that. Garth might find out not many people are going to order it, and at the end of the day, you have to put things in your establishment that people are going to purchase if you're going to run a successful business. So he might find that out. But hey, good for Garth. I think he probably sees the pain and
I'll pause it right there just for a second and say that if you remember, John Rich pulled all the Bud Light products from his bar and grills because it was about the capitalism of it, in that people were simply just not ordering it, and he wanted to uh, move a product in and out of that space. So, he replaced it. Here, I'll go back because I stopped it.
for Garth. I think he probably sees the pain and division that's going on in the country and wants to try to help that. That's probably if I know Garth at all, and I know him a little, that's probably the impetus behind a statement like that. So good for him. I wish him the best.
Just talk about Garth Brooks for a second. I've actually always liked Garth Brooks. Friends in Low Places actually reminds me of having good times with my little brother who's no longer on this earth, as well as other good times with other family members. But also, he was a part of the Kansas City Royals baseball team, and that was fun. Whenever he would come through Kansas City, I remember I didn't actually go to the concerts, and I wish I would have, but I think he ended up he had like a concert scheduled for one night to play, and he ended up playing 7 nights in a row at the Sprint Center there in Kansas City. And he just always treated my hometown well and was friendly. And so I've, with my own little personal experience and whatnot with his music, I always appreciated and enjoyed Garth Brooks. But, what he did was he basically, and I don't think John Rich knows this, and I'm actually going to go over to this other article because I just wanted to play that video, but I don't think John Rich knows that Garth Brooks called the Bud Light boycotters assholes following the controversy. So, pardon my language, that's what he said. But maybe I should have said a-holes, sorry, but I'll remember that for next time. And so, anyways, I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed. I get that he wants to be inclusive, and Michael Jordan has. I believe he's. No, he's not famous for this quote. He's famous for basketball, but he has the infamous quote that Republicans buy shoes too, or something like that. And so he's always tried to stay, keep his Jordans out of the politics, from what I understand, his shoes, and his brand basically. He's tried to keep that out of politics, from what I understand, and that's maybe what Garth Brooks is saying you're trying to do, but it wouldn't be the case, I guess, considering he called everybody a-holes, right? So it's just sad to see that he would do that and polarize. I guess what I should say, how I should say that is, he should have taken advice advice or experience from Michael Jordan, and with what he did by non-polarizing any of his potential fan base, customer base, and that, because essentially it doesn't gain you anything when you already are liked by everybody, by both sides, right? And so now I wonder what's going to happen with Garth Brooks. I wonder what people are going to say about him now. It's kind of a bummer. And maybe he'll come out and say, I didn't realize, and apologize. And I'll accept his apology because I do like Garth Brooks. But let's read a little bit here. Country music superstar Garth Brooks has no tolerance for Bud Light boycotters, calling them a-holes and promising he will serve the beer brand in his new Nashville bar. Okay, fine, you can serve it. Nobody's saying that you can't. Although there is LGBTQ bars out there that took Anheuser-Busch's role completely out of their menu. So fans have begun revolting against Brooks, with some saying they will no longer listen to his music. Okay. In a recent interview, Garth Brooks insulted millions of beer drinkers who are fed up with the transgender agenda being forced on them. The singer said his bar, called the Friends in Low Places Bar in Honky Tonk, would not be removing Bud Light from the menu. Okay, that's cool. I don't even know why you'd come out and make a statement like this. Just serve it if you're going to serve it. There's a virtue signal. Are you just trying to virtue signal the Democrats? I'm liking you less and less as I read through here, man. Like, dang, dude. My principles are forcing me to not like you. The more I learn what you said, Mr. Brooks. Yes, we're going to serve every brand of beer. We just are. It's not our decision to make. Wait, whose decision is it to make? What do you mean it's not your decision to make? You're the owner. He reportedly said in a Q&A session for Billboard's Country Live in Conversation, if you come into this house, love one another. If you're an a-hole, there are plenty of other places on Lower Broadway. So, I mean, there it is. He's basically prejudging people, saying if you're going to come in there and not want Bud Light, that you're an a-hole. So, dang, man. I wonder how much Bud Light is. I bet they're paying you a lot of money. A lot of money. I bet I'm not even going to guess how much they're contributing to this, the construction or whatever of this building that you're starting up. But I know that they believe that having a superstar like Garth Brooks in their corner is going to help their brand, and they did promise to triple their marketing. So I'm sure that includes doing things like that, throwing money at a country star for however he would like to come out and make a statement like this. Man, okay, so maybe he's bought. Maybe he can be bought. I don't know. Can you be bought, Garth Brooks? It looks like it. Prove you can't be bought, Garth Brooks, and apologize for calling people a-holes like this. He continued, in my existence, one a-hole can turn the whole tide down there. My thing is, let's create a place that you feel safe in. Well, that's a lot like the speck of poop ruins the entire ice cream analogy that I've spoke about before, which is this trans agenda that they've leached onto the LGB movement. The LG movement. It's a whole new realm. They talked about slippery slope back then, and now there's a whole new slippery slope, essentially. And, I don't want to get into details or whatever, but, I mean, you see it. And this is just too far. It's too far sexualizing children. Having equal rights, freedoms for people to have, gay people to have civil union and within the laws and things like that are completely different, which I'm for, but I'm just saying are completely different than putting adult things in front of children. Okay, that's not a part of the movement. And I wish more lesbian and gay folks would actually reject that part of the LGB, title, because there's a group of people out there that are messing it up for everybody. They're the speck of the poop that ruins the entire bucket of ice cream, and that's what he's trying to say about people that don't like Bud Light. But really, we're principled. We're taking a stance on something that's bigger than this. And the cool thing about it is, it's easy to switch from a beer because you can see the results very quickly, because people buy beer and drink it and then have to go buy more. if they want to drink more. You know what I mean? It's not like a Nike thing where you buy shoes once a year, and you might have just bought some shoes a couple months ago, and now we're not buying Nike, but Nike might not see that for another year or two. You know what I mean? Clothes, whatever, shoes, but they might not see that. They don't see it. The turnover is quick just because people don't buy as often. Target will hopefully see it, and that's another reason why probably Target and similarly to Bud Light, why both of their stocks are dropping, to the tune of tens of billions. Their market share value is, and it's awesome to see, because with this, everybody else is looking and watching, and we've seen the logos all change back to the regular logos that were all changed for Pride Month, and people are turned off by it because the speck of poop has been added to the ice cream here, and like I said, nobody wants any part of it now. The whole thing is ruined. I hope that makes sense. It makes the whole thing bad because of what they've allowed to creep in, and it just gets worse and worse from here because, like I said, they're openly targeting the children, and we just don't support that. We don't support targeting children with alcohol or sexuality. I want them to be innocent as long as they can, and allow their parents to make those types of decisions. And then I would like for society to encourage homes to have two parents, strong homes, families that teach values and things like that. So that's what I want. I got off on a little tangent there. That's what I would hope for is the building blocks to be put in place, rather than this type of destruction where we force thoughts into our children's heads when really they should just be worrying about their schoolwork or simple things in life while they can, because that's what our society is bred and built, and it's an awesome thing to be able to do that and protect people. Humankind hasn't always been afforded that luxury, being able to allow our kids to have roofs over their heads and education and trust with communities and teachers and things like that to teach them things. Like, that's not it's not very long on this earth been that way, right? And so we should appreciate it, and we need to support more of that, not the destruction of their innocence. Okay, so I went around that a couple times, and I'll just continue here. Sorry. Brooks' comments come as Bud Light sales continue to plummet after the Anheuser-Busch brand teamed up with the transgender influencer and to promote the beer. As Breitbart News reported, Bud Light sales have plunged by 24.6% in the 6 weeks following the controversy. And let's just look at some of these tweets that were sent out here. See, people are starting to pile on. I'm not going to read that one, but you guys can read it. I don't know what YouTube will allow, I guess, for meanness. What an ass this guy is. Garth Brooks defends Bud Light. Has a nasty message for anyone who disagrees with him. Yeah, that's the tolerant left. That's what the tolerant left has become. That's their MO nowadays. Here's one. Garth Brooks is opening a bar in Nashville called Friends in Low Places Bar and Honky Tonk, and he said that he will be proudly selling Bud Light to anyone there who doesn't like it. They are an a-hole, and they can go somewhere else. Well, he's right. They can go to Kid Rock's bar instead. That's our guy here on this channel. We love Kid Rock. Seriously. Yeah, definitely go to Kid Rock's bar over Bud Light's bar. Yeah, over Bud Light's bar. Over Garth Brooks' bar. Also go to John Rich. We like both of those guys around here. Let's see here. Garth Brooks, you want to sell Bud Light, sell it. Why alienate people who are standing up against the grooming of children? If people want to be trans, be trans. Wanting people to stop cramming it down our throats doesn't make us a-holes, but your statement sure makes you one. Here. I like that. Here's another one. This is what happens when you turn into an old person who is not aging well. I don't know. Yeah, his I don't know when was the last good song that he actually wrote, but like I said, I do like him for what he has done before in the past. And then here's one from D-Day Cobra. We like him. Actually been watching him live a lot lately. Shout out to the 199, I believe it is. Nobody will see it, but drop it in the comments. But Garth Brooks can go to HE double hockey sticks along with Call of Duty. That's another part of this story that's pretty interesting, but that's definitely for another video. So okay, guys, you see what's going on. I just wanted to let you guys know that's what the most interesting celebrity gossip on Bud Light is. The most new recent celebrity gossip. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, hit the like button, smash the subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.